You'll be learning how to cut and sew this flounce that I made on the shoulder of this dress, that is coming from the shoulder to the chest region of this dress. You'll be learning how to cut and sew this flounce in this tutorial. This particular flounce, the edge is structured. The edge is not just there, it is structured, and this flounce can be put on whatever part of your dress. It doesn't necessarily have to be as it is in this video. So firstly, we are going to be drafting on our pattern paper, and at the same time I use this organdy fabric. You can see that the flounce is in two places. That means I'm cutting two flounce, but because I'll be needing one to turn one, that means I'm cutting 4 flounce. So I have to fold my fabric into 4 with the length of my flounce in my mind. Now after folding your fabric into 4, because I'm cutting 4 flounce, if you are not cutting more than 1, you don't have to fold your fabric. So I'm folding my fabric into 4 because I'm cutting more than 1 flounce. Then while this fabric is unfolded 4, I'll try as much as possible to locate the middle. So I'll measure it to the length, and then I'll measure it to the breadth, and try as much as possible to figure out the middle, because this cutting of this flounce has to start from the middle of your fabric. So I try to fold my fabric so that I can measure correctly and spot out the middle. So when I was done spotting out the middle, I placed my pattern paper on top of it, and I did the same thing on my pattern paper. I figured out the middle of my pattern paper. So what is next is to determine the width. I mean, how wide you want your flounce to be. In my case, it's going to be 4.5 inches wide. So from that middle, the first thing I did was to measure my 4.5 inches on a straight line like this. So when you are done doing this, you start measuring that same measurement around this straight line. You see the way I'm placing my taper as if you are using a compass. So you are going to be measuring the length you are trying to achieve. You measure it around this straight line to give it like a circle. So when you are done with the first circle, if at this point you are still with me and you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and don't just subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you when next I upload a new tutorial on this channel. Now I'm done with the first circle. The next is to mark out the second circle. So from the first one, you are still going to measure that same width, I mean wideness that you are trying to achieve, which in my case is 4.5. So I measured another 4.5 around my first circle, and then I marked out the second circle. So you keep doing this till you exhaust the whole of your fabric. So in my case, I was able to achieve just 2 circles, and then I connected it like this. When you want to start cutting, you start your cutting from this middle. So I started cutting from the middle. I cut my pattern paper and my fabric together at the same time. So just watch the way I'm cutting it. It's that simple. Just follow the circle the way you have traced it out, and then you keep cutting. It is that simple. So when you are done cutting this, it will look something like this. Don't forget that we have cut the one we are using as the outer fabric and the one we are using to turn it, which is serving as the lining at the same time. And that is the right way to cut flounce. Even if you are using different materials, different fabrics for your lining and your actual fabric, place all of them together like this before you start cutting, so that you'll be sure you have cut the same measurement for the actual fabric and for the lining. So this is what it should look like when you are done. Remember, I said that in the initial stage of this video that this flounce, the edge is structured. So to achieve that structured edge, you are going to be needing this fishing line. This is very, very thick. This is like a thick fishing line, but it depends on how structured you want it to be. Now this fishing line comes in this size, but you can recoil it to whatever size that you have in mind you're trying to achieve. And the smaller the size, the coilier it gets. Like the more coil you get, the smaller the size. So whenever I buy this fishing line like this, to reduce the size, what I do is to take a bottle or whatever that the width is not too wide, and I coil it round. Like this particular bottle, I love to use it because I can get 2 wideness from it. The upper part is slimmer than the lower part. So if I want it very, very small, I mean the circle, I'll use the upper part. If I want it not too small, I'll use the lower part. So when you are done coiling the fishing line on top of the bottle, what you will do is, if you have air dryer, you use air dryer, you spray air dryer on it, like trying to melt it a bit. Spray air dryer on it so that it will now maintain the new circle. If you don't have air dryer, just leave it there for some hours. If you want to use it today, you can do it maybe from yesterday night or yesterday afternoon. Coil it very well, make sure that it's not loose. Then you leave it there. Then whenever you want to use it, you go and unwrap it. You'll see that it would have taken the shape of whatever you wrapped it on. So when you are done doing this, the next is to fix your fishing line inside your flounce. All of this is optional. It's if you want the edge of your flounce to be structured. If you don't want it structured, you just have to turn your flounce. You use one to turn the other, and that's it. So there are two methods that you can use to fix that fishing line inside your flounce. The first one is to turn your flounce, and after turning, you flip it to the right side and give it a very, very good press. Then you're going to be stitching another line very close to the edge of your flounce, very close and very tiny, just the size of the fishing line you want to pass inside. So when you are not stitching that line across the edge, you now carefully pick up your fishing line and pass it through the small channel you have created. The second method is, as you are sewing that tiny line, you would have put your fishing line in between that slim fold, between the edge and the line you are sewing. Then as you are sewing, your fishing line is inside already. So you are fixing the fishing line at the same time, and then you are sewing that tiny line at the same time. If not that, you can either create that channel first, then you pass your fishing line inside, just as I'm doing in this video. So however method that is convenient for you is the one you will use in passing your fishing line into the edge of your flounce. So I used this flounce from the shoulder to the chest side of my blouse, as you saw from the initial video that I played at the beginning of this tutorial. So to do that, I just marked out where I want the flounce to be, and I proceeded to stitching it on top of the region I marked out. Like I said earlier, this flounce can be used at any part of your outfit. It could be on a dress, it could be on a blouse. Like in my case, I used it on a blouse. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If at this point you are still with me and you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you when next I upload a new tutorial on this channel. Because on this channel, I upload sewing tutorials on daily basis. Then, have you watched any of these tutorials that are currently showing inside the boxes on your screen? If you've not, you should check them out. They are amazing sewing tutorials, even more amazing than this one that you just watched. You can click on the box on the right or the box on the left. They take you directly to those sewing tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask me down in the comment section. As much as possible, help me share my tutorial and miss your soulmates. You don't know who might find this tutorial helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.